Tonight, the Rays arrive in the Big Apple for a three-game interleague matchup versus the Mets. The Rays send right-hander Ryan Standing to the hill as the opener, looking to continue his recent run of success. He'll be opposed by the Major League ERA leader, right-hander Jacob deGrom, who's putting together another all-star campaign. Tonight we feature more interleague baseball as we greet you from the largest of the boroughs, geographically speaking, in New York. We're in Queens, Citi Field. Game one of this three-game series between the Rays and the New York Mets. Well, we welcome you to Rays Baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. So good to have you aboard. We'll hear from Michelle Margot throughout the evening. Well, the Rays looking for more offense in interleague play, and they're turning to their catcher, Wilson Ramos, who leads this club in runs batted in.
Listen, the all-star push continues for Wilson Ramos. He continues to swing the bat very, very well here for the Rays, and he has really emerged as the most consistent offensive force in this lineup. You can see the average of 327. The on-base percentage is at 397. 4 home runs, 12 driven in. Continues to get it done all over the ballpark. We've seen him use right field more than we've ever seen in the past. Of course, straightaway center field. Anywhere, Wilson Ramos is dangerous. Jacob deGrom, I'll tell you what, look at his season. Not much to show for it in the win-loss record, but the ERA leads Major League Baseball at 1.84. He's got a power arsenal that he uses to attack early and often. He's very efficient, does a great job of keeping the ball in the yard, and he will present another major challenge for this Rays offense.
There's a Rays connection in this managerial matchup. Mickey Callaway started his Major League career with the Rays, and a matchup between Kevin Cash and Callaway. They have a little Cleveland connection. That will be explored deeper when we return. Michelle has that story.
the Rays and the Mets. Well, new manager for the New York Mets, Mickey Callaway, is not just a familiar face to Rays fans, but also to manager Kevin Cash. Mickey Callaway was drafted by the Devil Rays in the 7th round in 1996 and then pitched for the Devil Rays in 1999 and 2001. He was the Indians pitching coach for 4 seasons. In 2 of those seasons, Kevin Cash was the bullpen coach in Cleveland, so the two know each other quite well. Here's manager Kevin Cash on their relationship.
We had a special time for a couple years in Cleveland. I was fortunate to be his bullpen coach when he was a pitching coach. I learned a lot from him. I watched how he interacted and developed a lot of those young pitchers that are having so much success still in Cleveland. And I'm, very confident that his impact here will take shape, real soon. Just because he's very prepared, very pitching oriented, but he knows the game really well.
When we come back, it is the start of another interleague series. Ryan Stanek opening this one up against Jacob deGrom and the New York Mets. Game 1 from Citi Field. The NBA have first pitch right after this.
Rays start tonight at the 500 mark. They are 43-43. The Mets 34-49. And the Rays in interleague play have gone 3-9, trying to turn that around. As Kevin Kiermaier set to lead things off here. Tonight's starting lineup for the Rays presented by your local Ford dealers. Kevin Kiermaier in center, followed by Matt Duffy hitting second. Jake Bowers will be at first, hitting third. The cleanup man is the catcher, Wilson Ramos. Joey Wendell's in left tonight. He'll hit fifth, batting in front of Daniel Robertson. Malik Smith hits seventh. Willie Adames will get the start at short, hitting eighth. Ryan Stanek, the opener for the Rays tonight, goes into the ninth spot.
Well, taking the mound tonight for the New York Mets is going to be right-hander Jacob deGrom. Let's take a look at the scouting report on him. ERA leader, we talked about that in the open. 1.84 ERA, leads all of Major League Baseball, but it really hasn't translated well into wins for Jacob deGrom, and a lot of that is the fact that he has received no support, and sometimes it's the offense, other times it's the bullpen. This is a guy that's given up 1 earned run or fewer, so make that 1 or 0 earned runs in 12 of his 17 starts, yet has just 5 wins.
Yeah, the major league leader in ERA at 184.
Well, let's take a quick look at that Met defense and see how it's going to line up here tonight. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. And in the outfield, left to right, we have Michael Conforto, Brandon Nimmo, and Jose Bautista. Across the infield, third to first, Todd Frazier, Ahmed Rosario, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Wilmer Flores, with Devin Mesoraco behind the plate.
There's Mickey Callaway, broke into the major leagues on the mound with the Rays, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays at the time in 1999. Spent some time in 01, and these two guys, Kevin Cash and Mickey Callaway, spent some time together on the coaching staff of the Cleveland Indians. All set to play ball, and deGrom on the hill with Kevin Kiermaier in the batter's box. First pitch of this game, fastball up and away and at 95. And that's about the norm for deGrom. You can go a little higher than that. 96 right there, and it's now 1-1.
The thing that I love watching with him and his delivery, it's a very athletic delivery. Repeatable.
Upstairs, 2-1. Interesting thing about him in regard to that, he went to school at Stetson, really didn't pitch first couple of years. He was the shortstop on the team. So there's some athleticism in him to begin with.
You know, that's so funny because
there's a base hit up the middle off the bat of Kiermaier, and the Rays have some speed aboard. Kiermaier's going to dig for 2. He is safe at second base. Kevin Kiermaier legs it into a double. Just like that, the Rays have a man in scoring position.
That's a single for everybody else in baseball. That is a single for everybody else in the game of baseball. The New York Mets not very familiar with the Rays, and the fact that Kevin Kiermaier gets out of the box better than just about anybody in baseball. And right here, he's already thinking Dub's going to catch him by surprise, and that's exactly what he did.
The Rays have an early opportunity, and against deGrom, it's a good idea to cash it in if you get the chance. Here's Matt Duffy. And he takes a strike.
You know, going back to what you were saying about deGrom being a shortstop at Stetson, had no idea about that coming in, but you can see why. I mean, his delivery is so athletic and in control. You know, this is a guy who, I think that's pretty funny because he pitches like a shortstop you would expect to.
Keeping an eye on Kiermaier back there at second. Yeah, when you look at his numbers and when you think over his last 13 starts, the Mets are 3-10, you ask, how's that possible? Now a strike, and it's 0-2. He is 3-4 in that stretch and 5-4 overall. And
that's the thing. He's given up 1 or 0 earned runs in 10 of those 13 starts. How could you possibly be 3-10? But again, it comes down to they don't score for him some nights. Other nights, the bullpen implodes.
Upstairs, 96 again. 1-2.
He'll sit right in that range with the fastball, 95 to 97. He's got a slider. At times that pitch will look like a cutter. It's a cutter-like slider, if that helps you out. Curveball, and of course a changeup.
And a chopper headed toward the middle behind the bag. Rosario's going to make the play to first. Kiermaier heads to third, and Duffy is the first out.
Well, for the Rays, it's let's make that out productive. You get the runner over to third, less than 2. Now you've got to get him in. You do that, then you can look at Matt Duffy and say, hey, great job.
Well, Jake Bauers hitting .242. Couple of home runs with 9 runs batted in. And the Mets overload the right side. Cabrera in the middle, and they're up on the right side.
And look where Frazier is at third. He's holding on Kiermaier. And so you talk about a hole. Jake Bauers could bunt the ball to the left side. It's going to be 1-0 Rays. Look at all of this room.
Yeah, Mark Carlson, the second base umpire, is playing shortstop.
He's got the best chance.
Fastball up out of the zone, and Bauers went after it.
Well, this is the one thing that Jacob deGrom needs right now is the strikeout. He's got a young hitter at the plate, off speed to get ahead, fastball out of the zone to chase, and expect him to try to continue to expand here, knowing he needs that punch out.
It's foul the other way, and he went upstairs with a fastball, but in the zone, fouled away. Still 2 strikes.
Yeah, and I think that his body language said, I wanted that a little bit higher. You could see Devin Mesoraco behind the plate holding that glove up there at the top of the zone, and that is, yeah, see right here, give me that thing up here, out of the zone, close to the eyes.
And up a bit more that time. 1-2.
Well, now as a hitter, you're thinking to yourself, you going to stay with that program, or is all of a sudden, is he going to, he's raised my eye level 3 straight pitches, and they're going to go 4 straight and dare him to lay off another one.
And he does lay off that pitch up there. 2-2. That's something that, for the most part, Bauers does not chase. The one thing we've seen about him, among others, is he's pretty defined up there with the strike zone. Now a 2-2 count. He fouls it.
It's Jake Bauers. How about this? Once again, falling behind 0-2 and putting together an extended at bat, a nice extended at bat.
Yeah, this next pitch will be number 7 of the at bat from deGrom.
And deGrom, after getting ahead 0-2, was trying to end him on pitch number 3. Not messing around.
And there is strike 3 call. Got him on the fastball looking. 97.
Boy, he came with that fastball out of the same slot that he threw the slider the previous pitch. And you got Jake Bauers right there locked up. So you come with that slider out of that slot, follow it up with the 97, and you can see Jake just gave up on it.
You know, hitters talk about not only his velocity, but his release. And it seems that the pitch is on them quicker than most other pitchers, over and above the 96, 97. This pitch down and away to Ramos.
That's that athletic arm action. He gets tremendous finish out in front. And you're right, when you get out there and get that good snap, stay behind the baseball, it's going to jump.
Little tapper third. That's going to be a fair ball. Scooped by Frazier, and the throw to first in time. The Rays leave Kiermaier aboard. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. New York. Lineup for the Mets presented by your local Ford dealers. Brandon Nimmo is going to lead it off, their center fielder, followed by a familiar name, Jose Bautista. As Drupal Cabrera hits third, Michael Conforto in left hits cleanup. Wilmer Flores, the number 5 hitter, in front of Todd Frazier. Nevin Mesoraco, the catcher, hitting 7th. Ahmed Rosario is the shortstop, hitting 8th, and Jacob deGrom will bat 9th.
Well, taking the mound tonight to open this baby up is going to be right-hander Ryan Stanek. And how about this? Already the 10th time that he has opened a ball game. Record of 1-2. The ERA under 2 at 1.98. Opponent average impressive at 1.38. And out there tasked with getting between 3 and 6 outs, trying to overpower this Mets lineup and get it off and running for the Rays.
Well, there's Ryan Stanek, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. .265 on the year for Nimmo. Oh, 2.
Boy, how about that to start off a ball game? 97 top of the zone, and then nasty split finger there to get to 0-2. Watch the diving action on this pitch.
No chance.
Oh, no.
Not after 97. And a swing and a miss. We'll go back to 98. How about that? 97 split, then 98.
Yeah, right now, Ryan Stanek should be brought up on charges of abuse, because that's what that at-bat was. Fastball powered by, split, no chance, and then I'm just going to throw one right down the middle. See ya.
There's Jose Bautista. He's playing right field since signing on with the Mets in the 3rd week of May. Fastball is too high, 98. And a strike. That fastball averages a little over 98. He has topped out this year at 100.5. Up the right side, that ball slicing out of play. And the count will go to 1-2. Two and two. Bautista's had a little hot streak going over the last couple of weeks. He's pushed 300, 298 in his last 16 games. All 3 of his home runs have come in that stretch. And the count is full.
Well, the Rays very familiar with Jose Bautista all of those years with the Toronto Blue Jays. Understand what he likes to do as a hitter. He's always been a pretty good fastball hitter. The bat has slowed here recently. Seems to have picked back up a little bit here with the Mets.
And that pitch is upstairs, and he takes it for ball 4. 1 out walk.
Well, let's use this opportunity to set the Rays defense for you quickly. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source in the outfield. Left to right, we've got Joey Wendell, Kevin Kiermaier, and Malik Smith. And across that infield, 3rd to 1st, Matt Duffy, Willie Adonis, Daniel Robertson, and Jake Bowers. Wilson Ramos will be behind the plate.
There's Drupal Cabrera playing second base here for the Mets. And batting .284. He misses the fastball. Strike 1. Cabrera spent 2015 in a Rays uniform, hit .265 for the Rays, and hit 15 home runs that year. He has 15 right now. Out in front and over that one.
That is just a dirty, dirty pitch. I'll tell you, Ryan Stanley has been working very hard on his secondary pitches, and as they have come along, we've seen him really start to take off.
One ball, 2 strikes. Well, the Toyota key stat in the breakout, you look at the first 9 and compare that to the last 14, and it's night and day.
And where do you begin? I mean, it starts with the opponent's average whip. You're not giving up any base runners. You're keeping the ball in the yard, and so your ERA is a half. A half a run per 9. It's pretty good. So I gotta throw 2 complete games before I give up a run.
There you are.
That's not too bad.
Count 2-2 with Cabrera at the plate. Michael Conforto is on deck. And the fastball misses wide. 97 outside. So it's 3-2. Swing and a miss at 98. Just could not catch up to that heat. Strikeout number 2 for Stanek.
Boy, a carbon copy of what he did to Nimmo. 4-seamer right down the middle, just overpowering heat.
Now it's Michael Conforto, who's had a difficult time this year. He's been one of the big prospects to come through their system, and a lot of high hopes for Conforto. Pitch is upstairs. 25-year-old outfielder hitting .224, has 10 home runs. A year ago hit 27 in just 109 games. There's a strike. It's 1-1.
Well, that's why the expectations were off the chart. You're putting up 27 and 109. You start to dream of 35 plus over a full season, and it just has not developed that way. And really, a series of disappointments up and down the roster of this team.
There's a wave and a miss. It's 1-2. He comes from a great athletic background. His father was the linebacker at Penn State in the late 70s. His mother, a 2-time gold medal winner in the Olympics in Los Angeles in '84, synchronized swimming. Swing and a miss. Conforto's out on strikes. Stanek strikes out the side, gives up a walk. You got Nimmo to start the inning on the fastball at 98. Finish Cabrera with the fastball. Conforto out number 3. a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium. A lot more to go with that. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of that special offer. Joey Wendell fouling away the first pitch fastball. The second inning underway. Wendell, Robertson, and Smith. Pop to the left side. There's Rosario into shallow left. The shortstop handles that. One away. Here is Daniel Robertson. Robertson starts the night at 264. That's a strike. 96, barely on the outside corner. Trying to catch up to that one. 0-2.
You know what makes DeGrom special is the fact that he's got plus stuff, a power arsenal, but he can command it. He can pitch with it. So you take that pitchability, combine it with stuff. That's why he's next level.
It's a ball, 2 strikes. Already his range from 83 to 97 tonight. Little tap that's right out in front of the plate. And the toss by Mesoraco down to Flores at first, retires Robertson. 2 up, 2 down. Well, the Toyota inside look reflects what you'd probably expect to see when you look at the National League rankings and where DeGrom stacks up.
Well, that ERA, we've already talked about that, leads Major League Baseball. The opponent's slugging percentage, interesting. You know, he's given up just 6 home runs on the season, and that is now up over 108 innings of work.
Malik Smith.
So if you're able to stay away from the big inning, from the long ball, and with his stuff and pitchability, he's got a low walk rate. You force teams to have to string together 2, 3, 4 hits an inning to score off you.
There's a shot back into right center. Bautista on the run, and that's going to be off the wall. On his way to second and around now, headed to third. Malik Smith. And he's all the way to third with his 5th triple of the year. Bautista broke open the bullpen door when he rammed into the wall, chasing that long fly ball off the bat of Malik Smith.
And a heavy limp. He's saying forget about it, but didn't have a chance to be able to flag that ball down, but did get to the wall shortly after it hit. Here's a slider. Boy, Malik Smith, a great job of following that ball down and putting a hurting on it. There's what we're talking about. Awkward landing, to say the least.
Willie Adames takes the pitch wide. A ball to no strikes.
And how about make sure the door's shut?
How about that? Well, Malik's hit the ball that knocked on the door, and then Bautista broke it open, and he's still rubbing that hip out there. That's a strike. 1-1 to count. Now 2-1 to Adames. Three balls and a strike. Well, Malik's hit his first home run of the year in that Houston series at Tropicana Field, and didn't miss a homer by much with that triple off the right center field wall here in Queens tonight. Adames a little tap there. Foul ball, full count. And this ballpark is not a hitter's park by any stretch.
And it's got one of the goofiest outfield configurations you'll ever see. The different little nooks and crannies in the outfield. And this shot doesn't even do it justice. But you can see in right field, it gets really goofy out there. And you're right, the ball, for whatever reason, just does not carry here.
And a swing and a foul tip strikeout. So for the second straight inning, the Rays leave a man at third. No score through an inning and a half. Purchase lower level tickets to the game coming up Tuesday against the Tigers for just $10. 40% savings for Rays fans tonight only. Go to your RaysBaseball.com/steal to get your deal today. Rays up. Wilmer Flores. First pitch is a strike. So Stanek out here to open the second inning.
Yeah, and if Adames reaches, Johnny Field was going to hit for him. Yep. Stanek's night would have been over.
Ground ball to third. Duffy up with it and throws a strike to first. Flores is out of there. One away.
That's why it was interesting to see DeGrom in that bat against Willy Adames. Almost every pitch he threw him was like an 0-2 type pitch.
Yep.
With the idea of, well, the pitcher's on deck. But with the Rays in the opener, no, the pitcher's not on deck, which he normally would have been. You know, in the second inning, you're not going to pinch hit for your starting pitcher, but you will for an opener, and that's what the Rays were planning on doing.
Yeah, the Rays had Kittredge up in the bullpen already. Todd Frazier takes ball one outside. Frazier at .222 on the year with 10 home runs. The strike, 1-1. Frazier had been with the White Sox, then essentially came home. He's from New Jersey, played for the Yankees, and now over here with the Mets. Two balls and a strike. Robertson on the shortstop side of second. Outfield pretty much straight up. And there's ball three, too high. Fourth appearance for Stanek this year. Came in with a 1.98 ERA. Scores a strike in at 97. Count is full. There's Rocco, the catcher, on deck. And right there is Robertson. He just moved over there with a couple strikes in the count, and Robertson from the first base side of second makes the play.
Yeah, that's interesting. You talk about getting in depth, behind the scenes peek at defense. He started out right here. So 2 strikes, he moves over here. And guess what we get? How about that for scouting?
So 2 up, 2 down. Devin Mesoraco batting with the bases empty. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And a strike, 97 again. Two. Rays dropped 2 of 3 in Miami. Rays now at the 500 mark, and 20-26 on the road, 23-17 at Tropicana Field. 2-2. Little tapper, that'll be a foul ball. Flores out third to first. Frazier second to first. Now 2-2 on Mesoraco. And a liner into left for a base hit. Wendell corrals it. Mesoraco at first with a single.
I'll tell you what, a really nice at bat there by Mesoraco, a team that has struggled really offensively all season long, and he goes down and gets this slider. How about that? Look at the depth on that thing, and he's able to go down and get it. Not only get it, but get it airborne.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's impressive by Mesoraco. There's Rosario. Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop. He fouls it back for a strike. Rosario from the Dominican Republic. Came up last year, hit 248 and a little over 150 at bats. Trying to catch up to 96, a little late, 0-2. Strike 3 takes care of the Mets in the second inning. 4th strikeout for Standing. No scores. We go to the 3rd. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason? By the Florida Department of Transportation. By Freedom Boat Company. And by Geico. The Empire State Building right there. Completed in 1931.
That's right.
Yeah, trying to make amends there.
That's great.
Trying to make up.
He put a beat down on that cooler down in South Florida. Actually, a couple of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Johnny Field pinch hitting takes a strike.
Listen, here's the deal. Let's be honest. We've all done it. We've all done it. We just haven't been caught on camera.
Well,
that's the problem.
Here's the thing. If the rest of us did exactly what he did, we'd have broken hands.
Well, yeah, the bat part of it.
Yeah.
The one that he punched was, yeah, he took that. Those things are so heavy, you know, full of whatever's in there. I mean, some sort of liquid. And he popped that thing up and off that bench and into that netting. That thing went airborne.
Yeah. I'm surprised that even he doesn't have some residual effect of that.
I checked the hands out on the flight here, and there wasn't even a mark. They weren't even like red.
Field is out on strikes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That's not even the most impressive part. Goodness.
Yeah. And no injury.
Goodness.
Trying to make amends for all that tonight.
There was only one problem with all of that, Carlos. You let someone see you do it.
Pitch down to Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier with a double his first time. Got the third and was stranded there. The Rays have done that twice tonight. Foul ball back. 1-1. And to the youngsters at home, we're not recommending that at all. Just for the record. One ball, two strikes.
Yeah, I mean, if Jackson pulls that stunt and he's not in the major leagues, he may not play for a couple of weeks. He may not sit down for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. See Yarbrough up in the bullpen. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Kiermaier. Count is full. This is Matt Duffy on deck. Up with the fastball, and Kiermaier is out number 2.
Just too enticing, and you can see Kiermaier. He's trying so hard to lay off that pitch above the zone. Finds himself going after this one, and then the look in his face like, I cannot believe he got me to go back up there.
But not a lot of time to make a decision. There's a liner into right. Bautista with a little leap makes the catch, and Duffy is out on 1 pitch. 3 up, 3 down, go the Rays. No score, middle of the 3rd. Queens here, City Field, and the pitching change for the Rays. Ryan Yarbrough takes over. Stanek working 2 innings, 36 pitches, and now it's the lefty.
Well, Ryan Stanek getting the job done again for the Rays. Ryan Yarbrough comes on now. He's able to give Kevin Cash some length, and he's put together a nice season. A lot of decisions, 7-4 on the record. ERA of 3.84. He's worked 82 innings.
Stanek 2 innings, a hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts through 36 pitches, and now Yarbrough faces the left-handed hitting right-hander Jacob deGrom. Which is a strike.
And make sure you lock in and make pitches. Last guy that came in, the first hitter that he faced was a pitcher. It didn't go well for him.
0-2. And a wave and a miss, so couldn't have gone much better there for Yarbrough. 1 gone, 3 pitches. Let's check in with Michelle. How you doing?
Dwayne, I am doing great. I have some good news, 2 injury updates for you, both good news. First is Chris Archer. He will be activated and starting on Monday at home against the Detroit Tigers. He's not fully built up yet, so on Monday he will not go as long as he normally would, but they will at least have him for the innings that he is built up for. And then Jake Faria will get back on track tomorrow with 2 innings, 35 pitches for Charlotte. So some good news on the injury front, guys.
Yep, here's Nimmo. Ground ball to short. Adames makes the throw, and it gets away from Bowers. Nimmo's going to wind up at second. Bowers reaching toward the foul side. And so that will give the Mets a scoring opportunity with 1 out.
And we'll have to see how far offline that throw was, but Willie Adames here with the backhand, and it certainly looked like a throw that Bowers could have handled. There's a throw coming across the diamond. Just a step down and away. Yeah, I think Jake could be the first one to tell you that I've got to catch that ball.
Yeah, he will absolutely tell you that.
It did have some sinking action, and Bowers, kind of late crossing over to get to it, but that ball's got to be caught.
Now here's Bautista. Pitch inside. Bautista came into the game at 253. One and one. Two and one. Well, initially they have given the error to Adames, but you would hope they might rethink that. Pitch is foul straight back. Final play it goes. 2-2. Yeah, and I'm sure Jake would tell the official score that should be my error. Full count. Bautista lays off. On deck is Drupal Cabrera. The error, the 47th of the year committed by the Rays. And it gives New York its first scoring opportunity. And ball 4. Put 2 men on. 2 on, 1 out for Cabrera, who will turn around and hit from the right side. So Yarbrough just into this game and now trying to pitch his way out of a bit of a jam.
Got Cabrera here at the plate. Has been one of the more dangerous hitters here for the Mets. Yarbrough's thinking about something on the ground, of course. You see Nimmo getting a A decent lead out there, trying to be a distraction.
First pitch is a strike down around the knees. Cabrera's been pretty even-handed from either side this year. He's been up around 280 from each side of the plate. It's 1-1. One out. Nimmo at second on the error. Bautista at first on the walk. That'll be a strike on the outside corner, says Brian Knight.
See that an awful lot from Yarbrough. Cutters in, fastball, changeup away, occasional breaking ball.
And Cabrera lays off the change there.
Yeah, and about the time he gets you leaning like that on the changeup is about when he fires that cutter right in on your hands. And that's how he keeps right-handed hitters honest. Really does a great job of moving the ball in and out against them.
2-2 and a ground ball through the hole. Charged by Wendell. Nimmo heads to the plate. He will score. And the Mets take advantage of the error and score the first run of the game. Cabrera got it through the hole on the left side. Bautista stopping at second. 49th run batted in of the year for Asdrubal Cabrera.
Well, Yarbrough and Wilson Ramos, they elect to stay away and go with the fastball. That pitch catches probably a little bit too much plate, more plate than they would like. And that allows Cabrera to get the barrel to it and hit it hard enough to find a hole. And then challenge of Joey Wendell out there in left field.
Well, Michael Conforto is going to be the hitter, and the Rays going to have a little get-together on the mound. Kyle Snyder, the pitching coach, heads out there.
Well, you just don't want to let this inning snowball. You know, really, you should have had 2 out, nobody on with Bautista coming to the plate. But after the error, it turns into a walk and RBI single. So Kyle Snyder trying to get out there in front of it with the young lefty and calm him down just a little bit.
15 pitches into this inning before they face Conforto. Pitch is upstairs to Conforto. One and one. Well, the Mets picking up an unearned run in the inning to take the lead. 1-2. And a cut and a miss. Conforto out number 2. Yarbrough got what he needed there. Strikeout.
Boy, and he really didn't, I don't want to say he didn't have to work hard, but that's a slider. That's a challenge slider. That's right out over the plate, and Conforto just out in front of it. Some good deception with that pitch. And we talked about how his arm slot really helps out his cutter. Obviously can give some help to that slider too.
Here's Wilmer Flores. And he chases the off-speed pitch. Had him out in front. Reaching, strike one. Well, Flores has picked up hits in 14 of his last 15. 10 runs batted in his last 10 games. And he lines it right to Adames to retire the side. One unearned run. We go to the fourth. 1-0 New York. zeros. And for the Stetson Hatter, Jacob deGrom, a member of Carhartt starting rotation, donating $100 for every strikeout to Helmets to Hard Hats, program helping military service members successfully transition back into civilian life. First pitch, Bowers waves and misses. Strike one. Bowers, Ramos, and then Wendell. Bowers a strikeout victim his first time. He got behind early and then worked the count 7 pitches in. Called out on a fastball at 97. Down 1-2 right now. And lifts this one deep into right center field with Carey. Bautista, however, on the track and makes the catch. That ball got out there in a hurry and then got to the track and died. And Bautista made the grab for out number 1.
Well, you'll see this ball up in the air. He gets it high in the air. And Bautista, by that point, has a good beat on it, able to grab it just as he was crossing onto the track.
Wilson Ramos. Strike one. Rays down 1-0 on the unearned run. The chop to third. Frazier's throw, second time in a row. Ramos has gone out third to first.
Well, we talked about it in the open. Jacob deGrom does not mess around. Overpowering stuff, big strikeout numbers, but he is extremely efficient, just over 15 pitches an inning. And he's one of those guys that looks to put you away as quickly as possible. Works fast. Everything that you love about watching a guy work.
Yeah, he is the model of efficiency out there. It's ahead with a strike to Joey Wendell.
You know, just because of the sheer number of strikeouts, usually you see that pitches per inning up just because. Strike out too many guys, but
you know, he averages just a shade over 15 pitches per inning.
Yeah, while striking out well over one an inning.
The average is 11.2 strikeouts every 9 innings, and yet he averages 15.1 pitches per inning.
Yeah, he averages the what you would expect out of a finesse guy that gets a lot of quick ground balls.
Oh, foul ball right there. deGrom, born in DeLand, and as we mentioned, went to Stetson. Still makes his home there. Fly ball the other way. Conforto in left is waiting. And it's a 1-2-3 fourth. Rays up and down. 1-0 New York.
pitch today. She was born with Poland syndrome, a birth defect that caused her to be born with 3 missing fingers. Her goal is to throw out a first pitch for each MLB team, and the Mets are her 19th team, and we actually saw her at Safeco Field in Seattle just about a month ago, so I'm sure that we will be seeing her at Tropicana Field soon. Guys.
All right, thank you for that. Frazier leading off, takes the first pitch for a strike. Todd Frazier, Mesoraco, and then Rosario against Ryan Yarbrough. Count is 1-1.
That's quite the summer,
isn't it?
You know,
I mean, that's a tour.
Ooh.
Right back over the screen. 1 and 2. That'll be a few miles long.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Michelle just said it wasn't that long ago. Seattle, all the way over here to Flushing.
Roll is short, scooped by Adames, and this one is scooped by Bowers on the receiving end as well. Frazier out of there, 6-3.
And Jake's like, Willie, can you help me out here a little bit? Willie did a great job with his body getting around the baseball to give him a better, see how he gets around the baseball, fields it glove side, and now puts himself in a better position to throw on the run. It just doesn't get there, but Jake bails him out.
Mesoraco. 1 strike on the New York catcher. One and 1. Two and 1. Ryan Stanley was the opener, 2 innings. Yarbrough gave up an unearned run in the 3rd. Now behind in the count, 3 and 1. He gives up a walk. Mesoraco's on for the 2nd time, and that's the 2nd walk issued by Yarbrough. Yarbrough worked Tuesday. He started that 16-inning game. The Rays eventually won 9-6. He gave up 2 runs in 3 innings, made 46 pitches in that one.
That was that ball game where Kevin Cash elected to go with the pinch hitter early. And we thought, well, that's interesting, having no idea you would end up with 16 innings and have to get 2 pitchers before the day game the following day.
Yarbrough misses on the first pitch to Rosario. Steps back, takes a little time with himself behind the mound. Trying to change things around a little bit after the walk and missing on the first pitch to the next hitter. Fly ball short left. Adames out. He's going to have time and room in front of Wendell to make the catch in left. 2 gone. Bring up the pitcher, Jacob deGrom. Well, when you're playing the National League team, you love to have a clean inning if you can get that pitcher to lead off the next inning. But the walk here gets deGrom to the plate with 2 outs. Strike 1.
Especially when it's a guy like deGrom. You know, you get later in the game and maybe that pitcher doesn't lead off the next inning. They go to a pinch hitter, but you're not going to be pulling Jacob deGrom out of the game anytime soon. And so that was the one thing that we always concentrated on. You would see how that lineup would break out. And the key would be, boy, you better lock it in. Get 6, 7, and 8 and give yourself an easier beginning to the next half. get extremely frustrated when you weren't able to do that.
And there's a wave and a miss. Runner left at first. We're going to head into the 5th inning. Robertson to lead it off. Rays down by 1. By your local Honda dealers. Blake Snell's after his 12th win of the year tomorrow. We'll hear from him. And Orestes will break down Todd Frazier, the Mets' third baseman. Coverage begins at 3:30 tomorrow. Rays trail Jacob deGrom and the Mets 1-0 as we go to the 5th. Daniel Robertson, then Malik Smith and Willie Adames due up. Robertson grounded to the shortstop his first time. And takes a strike on the outside edge. There's a line drive off the fastball, base hit into left. The Rays put the leadoff man on for the 2nd time tonight, picking up hit number 3 off deGrom.
It's one of the few times that we've seen Jacob deGrom miss location, trying to come in with the fastball, and he leaves it right out over the middle. You could see Mesoraco reaching back to the middle of the plate. Anytime you're doing that, you're going to give the hitter a good pitch to hit. Daniel Robertson able to capitalize.
Well, Malik Smith will be the hitter. He unloaded a triple into right center field his first time up, his 5th triple of the year. Rays in the first had a man reach third. Kiermaier left him there. Smith was stranded at third in the 2nd. And that is strike 1.
It's an interesting swing. Somewhat different than the one that earned him a triple. Boy, up and in, you're thinking twice about it.
Well, you're halfway through it, you think, what's the point? But you've already started. You can't really stop.
And plus, it's Malik's.
Yep.
And he always gives us something.
He pops it up. And deGrom's going to make the catch right in front of his second baseman, Cabrera.
He's turning around and telling him, Dwayne, what you told me earlier. Hey, it's Drubal. How's a shortstop in college? Just calm down. I can make that play.
Plus, he's a little taller.
Got him boxed out right here.
Yeah, tallest guy gets to make this catch.
Get the rebound. Yeah, hey, listen, I've done this before. Go back to your position.
How many times would you love to tell all those guys that?
I did one time to the to our catcher. And let's just say that we had a discussion, not for the cameras to see, in between innings. He popped out from behind the plate to come, and I shoot him back. Just get back behind the plate. I'll let you know.
Don't you ever do that.
Yeah, he didn't like to be shown up like that. I don't blame him. I just wasn't in the mood. What were you going to tell me? Yeah, what are you going to tell me? I get it. I get it. I missed a couple spots, and I can't do that. But yes, especially when they do the fake come up to get some rosin and talk to don't pitch and coach.
He was no more upset with you than you were with yourself.
Right.
Adames fouls it back and out of play. Now 1-1. The Rays had their hands full tonight with Jacob deGrom. C.J. Cron on deck. Pitcher spot is due next. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, and the throw down is in time. Robertson caught stealing. Cabrera put the tag on him. And Robertson caught for the second time this year. And suddenly that base runner is gone.
Good pitch to handle. A fastball up gets you out of your stance, gets the ball on its way. Cabrera, that ball a little bit to the arm side, is able to get it though and get Daniel Robertson on that left hand.
The pitch sent back to deep center. Nimmo's going to go all the way to the wall, and that one gets out of here. Home run, Adames. On a 1-2 pitch, he hit that ball out to center field. Nimmo tried to stay with it and ran out of real estate. And Adames, with his third home run of the year, has just tied this game.
Well, this is the one thing that Jacob deGrom has done a great job of, is keeping the ball in the yard. Tries to power this fastball up and by him, and look at Adames get to it. You know, we saw all we needed to see about his power. That ball he hit out to right field. That was in Tropicana Field. Oh boy, straightaway center, huh?
And now Cron will pinch hit for Yarbrough, following the home run by Adames to tie the game. An impressive blast right there by the Rays' young shortstop. Cron down, 2 strikes. Foul back. Well, Adames made the throw in the 3rd inning that Bowers had get away, and they charged Adames with the error, thinking that Bowers would take that error. But Adames making amends for whomever gets that error with a home run there. Now 1-2 the count on Cron.
You know, and what was interesting about that home run, and we'll get a chance to go back and look at it at some point, but that's a fastball that was out over the plate, up in the zone, and Adames got to it with an uppercut swing. You have so little margin for error on that swing to catch a ball crisp that's that high in the zone with an uppercut swing, and he did just that, and you saw the result. Wow.
Cron sending a fly ball up the right field line. Bautista over there. That ball is a foul ball. Bautista couldn't get there, and the ball is foul.
And here's what we're talking about. Watch the ball up, uppercut swing. I'm telling you, you don't know how hard that is to do on a ball that's up in the zone. But boy, just caught it perfect.
Well, it rode out of here. And it's a tie game here in the 5th. The count is full on Cron. Top of the order, Kiermaier on deck. And ball 4. So Crone, who was down in the count, draws a walk. And that's the first walk given up by DeGrom in this game. Follows the home run. Rays have a single caught stealing in the inning. 2 gone now. Then the home run. Now the walk. And here's the top of the order, Kiermaier. Kiermaier with a double and a strikeout. Takes a strike. Breaking ball to start Kiermaier. Chopper foul. Puts him down in the count. 0-2.
Does he go back upstairs?
Well, he's got a lot of choices now. 0-2.
Well, he got him on that previous at bat on the fastball up and out of the zone. The double that Kiermaier should have been a single, but the fact that he was able to hustle into a double came on a fastball that was down and out over the plate. So if he does go hard, you would expect it to be up. Maybe breaking ball down and in.
And he does, and it's a ball. 1-2. Well, he started him with a breaking ball. Got ahead. Now it's a ball, 2 strikes. Starting the 3rd time through. Inside, mid-90s, 2-2. And a wave and a miss. So Kiermaier out in front over that one, out on strikes. The Rays get a run on the home run by Adames. We go to the bottom of the 5th, tied 1-1. A home run by Adames for the Rays in the top of the 5th, squaring this one. And now Adam Kolarek just joined the ball club on the pitch here in the 5th.
Well, dominant numbers at Durham. ERA 1.70, more than a strikeout an inning.
He'll face the left-handed bat of Brandon Nimmo. And the pitch is a strike around the knees.
Boy, lefty sidearm slinger.
When the Rays saw him last year, he was pretty much a matchup guy, lefty on lefty. They've expanded his use at AAA. 0-2, facing a few more right-handed hitters, trying to get him into the mix a little bit more.
That just gives you more versatility. You know, you can use him as a matchup guy. If he proves that he can get out some righties, you can go longer with him. That always helps to have that option.
Fly ball to right. Malik Smith on the run in a hurry. He gets there and makes the catch toward the right field line, and that's out number 1. Well, now Jose Bautista. One thing they emphasized with Kolarek was the changeup a bit more, and that could help against right-handed hitters. Bautista with 2 walks. Shoots it into left. Wendell is there to catch it. He jumped on the first pitch he saw. Fastball, so 2 up and 2 down.
And the changeup makes perfect sense because a guy like Kolarek, you know, the fastball away to a righty is probably going to have some tail away, you know, fastball in, but all the other soft stuff is going to be moving towards the right-handed hitter. So you need a change of pace that's going to move away from him, and that's where that changeup comes in. And so if you can roll over, you know, the fastball down and away, the changeup down and away, have the breaking ball back foot, now you've got some different ways to get these guys out. A smart move.
Cabrera takes a strike, looking at a fastball.
Because most of the guys that you see with that arm angle that Kolarek has are fastball breaking ball guys. You know, and Sergio Romo, he's been using the changeup against the left-handed hitters. There it is right there. Out in front.
So it's a 2-strike count. We saw Castillo loosening in the bullpen. Stanek for 2, Yarbrough for 2, Kolarek in the game here in the 5th. It's tied 1-1. Shot up the right side, foul.
He changed his arm angle. Kolarek had been going, you know, with that not submarine, but sidearm. This is more traditional.
Well, the more looks you can give them and command what you're doing, why not? It's 1-2.
It's funny too because sometimes it's not predetermined. You know, you all of a sudden get into the flow and the feel of an at-bat and say, you know what, now's the time. And you just know, it just comes to you. Now's the time to go there.
And he gets him reaching right there, strikes him out, and it's a 1-2-3 5th inning. Through 5, 1-1 ball game.
And the New York Mets. Well, it is time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We're looking at the Rays organization representatives in the 2018 All-Star Futures game, Nate Lowe and Jesus Sanchez. Lowe has a .350 average in 75 games between single A and double A. He's hit 16 home runs and brought in 66 runs. And then outfielder Jesus Sanchez has played 71 games for the Charlotte Stone Crabs, hitting .303 with 9 home runs and 53 RBIs. The All-Star Futures game is July 15th at Nationals Park. Going to TBA.
All right, thank you. That's always a great adjunct to the All-Star game. You get to see some potential future All-Stars as well. Matt Duffy takes a strike to begin the 6th. Duffy, Bowers, and Ramos due up here against Jacob deGrom. deGrom has given up the 1 run on the home run by Adames. 4 hits for the Rays. And now Duffy is behind him, 1 and 2. Well, deGrom started his career in 2010 in the New York Mets organization. Pitched only a handful of games and then had Tommy John surgery that year. Rosario throws out Duffy. And then rehabbing from Tommy John surgery, missed the entire 2011 season and was ready to start spring training. And a couple days before, he suffered another injury, had a broken finger 2 days before he was to report to minor league spring training when he was helping a neighbor. Had a rancher who was a neighbor, and as a young pitcher, it's a strike call. He was helping a neighbor try to convince a young male calf to change his personality. There's a shot down to third. Frazier takes care of that, and Bowers throws him out. And in that process, he broke a finger. Eventually reported to spring training to A-ball and went right through the Mets system, A-ball, AA, and AAA, and was on his way to the big leagues.
What exactly was he doing to get this said calf to change his personality?
Well, there are certain things you do to a male calf to get it to change its personality.
That's what he was doing?
He was trying to, yes, assist in that process. You can hardly blame that calf for breaking someone's finger.
No, not at all.
Ramos fouls it out of play. That's a strike.
I mean, turn the tables and think about someone trying to help do that to you.
Yep. Might break more than a finger.
You may start there.
1-1 the count here. Both Duffy and Bowers have grounded out. One to count on Ramos. 1 and 2, and that's one of the things the Mets and his teammates like about him. He's really a grounded kind of guy. And as we've seen tonight, all business. You can see how Mickey Callaway and the staff and his teammates would like him. A little foul ball there.
It was interesting. I thought that you know, Keith Hernandez came into the booth before the ball game, catching up on each team, saying hellos and having a nice conversation. And when it came to Jacob deGrom and he was getting ready to head out of the booth, what did he say? This kid tonight could have pitched in any generation.
Yep, absolutely. So with Ron Darling there, swing and a miss. Always fun to talk to those great hitters and pitchers about the game then and the game now and some of the similarities and differences. 1-1 ball game. Rays and the Mets catch baseball's biggest stars for an unforgettable show from the nation's capital. The MLB All-Star Game, July 17th, only on Fox. Or stream it live on the Fox Sports app. Adam Kolarek on the hill for the Rays. Michael Conforto leads it off for New York. And a base hit stroked through the middle. Conforto had a couple of strikeouts on the night. Singles here on the first pitch he sees.
You see right there, he got the breaking ball and it flattened out and stayed up and out over the plate. Gave him a really good look at it. See how that ball just stays up, kind of just floating into the zone. And Conforto uses the middle of the field and gets that's the leadoff man aboard.
Wilmer Flores is due up, and Kevin Cash heads to the mound to make a pitching change. Call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Monopoly jackpot scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery. A new spin on a classic. They're loaded with prizes from $10,000 to $2 million. So unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. Ryan Stanek for 2. Ryan Yarbrough for 2. An inning plus from Adam Kolarek. And the new pitcher, hard-throwing right-hander Drew Castillo.
Well, he is on for the 13th time. He's worked 16 innings, has 19 strikeouts. High-octane fastball, tons of movement on it. Get a lot of arm side run. A nasty little sharp breaking ball to go along. Bulldog-type mentality, and he's going to need it here. Getting later in the game, tied up. Leadoff man is on.
Well, the 13th appearance for Diego Castillo. Pitched Monday at Miami. Worked a scoreless ninth. And here's Flores. Breaks his bat. Foul ball, strike one. First pitch, broken bat.
Well, listen, that's that movement we're talking about. That ball darted in on him so quickly. And that's what Diego Castillo gets. Watch this thing take off. Get out of there.
Now the other side of the plate, and that's strike 2. StatCast powered by AWS.
A little reading on the lead over there by Conforto. A little pedestrian 11-footer right now. Ooh.
Back by the mound. Back to second, one first, not in time. But out at second on Conforto. That was a quick little shuffle back to the bag at second to get Conforto, and Flores reaches on a fielder's choice.
Nifty here by Adames. Look at, he lets that ball get by him and then kind of just feeds it to Robertson. You know, when he started to charge that ball, you thought, is he going to be in too far to go back to second? But look at that little shovel. Well, that's gutsy. And not real easy.
No. But effective if you can pull it off, and they did, keeping that lead runner out of scoring position. Todd Frazier takes the first one from Castillo.
That is called being one with the glove. It's an extension of your hand, and you know just how you need to manipulate it to get the ball where it needs to go.
1-1 to count. Todd Frazier is grounded to second and to short. Into right center field. Smith on the run. That's going to be off the wall. Flores is going to be waved around. Throw to the plate. Got a chance, and he is out at the plate. The Rays cut down Flores trying to score from first. Frazier goes to third. He'll be there with 2 outs. But the Rays cut down Flores trying to score the go-ahead run.
Well, he just completely ran out of gas around third base, and the Rays, a good job of getting that ball in as quickly as they did, and they got it by a ton. There's the shot off the wall. Kiermaier, stronger arm, gets it in. Daniel Robertson finishes it off, a one-hopper, and no chance for Flores.
The Rays not wasting any time there. Kiermaier, Robertson to Ramos, and a nice job not only by Kiermaier, but a nice quick exchange by Robertson and the throw to the plate. Now 1-0 the count to Mesoraco with a man at third, 2 gone. Two and 0. A 3-0 count. Mets now have 4 hits. Now strike, 3-1. Ryan Stanek for 2. Ryan Yarbrough for 2. Adam Kolarek an inning plus. Now Diego Castillo. Hot shot foul. Look out. Frazier ducking that liner. Get your heart beating a little faster. Just about like that.
Yeah, you're coming down in foul territory, closing ground, getting closer to that hitter, and get Diego Castillo right there on the balk.
Swing and a miss. Mesoraco out on strikes. That will end the 6th inning. No runs, a couple hits, and a man left. Man thrown out at the plate. We're still tied 1-1.
How about our Bonefish Grill fresh catches of the game? Let's start with Willie Adames doing some nifty glove work there and able to get that ball over to Daniel Robertson to get the lead runner. Keep the double play in order. But how about this shot by Todd Frazier? Off the wall, let Kevin Kiermaier handle it, stronger arm, and Daniel Robertson, a quick relay to the plate, one hop to Wilson Ramos. They cut down the run at the plate. How big was that?
Nicely done right there to keep this game tied. We'll go to the 7th inning. Joey Wendell, then Robertson and Smith due to follow against Jacob deGrom. Lifted short left, Conforto in, out is Rosario. Now Conforto with the better angle. Rosario out there aggressively making the initial call, but Conforto with the better angle handles that. Daniel Robertson now. Gone out short to first and has singled. He's caught trying to steal second base in the 5th. That's a strike. One 0-2 now. Down.
You're starting to see more and more of that changeup too. You know, early on it was a lot of the fastball and the slider, but the changeup has started to play more of a role here as we've gone deeper into this game.
It's a ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, we started to see a little bit of that with Kiermaier, who was up for the 3rd time in this game in the 5th. Now we're in the 7th. As he continues to work his way through the lineup for the 3rd time.
And you can see the action that he gets on that pitch. So he's not afraid to go with it with 2 strikes. He can get some swings and misses with it.
Full count.
Well, he's gone with it almost exclusively here to Daniel Robertson and has spiked the last 3.
Well, you can see the normal progression there, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th time through. And strike 3 call. Had a fastball, and Robertson thought he had drawn the walk, and he's not happy being called out on strikes on that pitch.
Well, first of all, deGrom starts this pitch off the plate, and it never really quite gets back to the edge. And that's why Robertson's like, look, I know he started it off, and it never got there. But a nice job by Mesoraco. You see how he was able to kind of manipulate the way he received that pitch. Gives Brian Knight a better look at it, and he rings.
Alex Smith. Foul ball just outside first. Triple for Smith in the 2nd inning. Popped out his last time. There's Chaz Rowe up in the bullpen. And again, that pitch down and in is pulled foul. 2 strikes. The other way on that pitch away from him, and again foul. Mets got an unearned run in the 3rd. The Rays got a run in the 5th on the Willie Adames home run. And the fastball to strike out Malik Smith. 3 up, 3 down go the Rays in the 7th. 7th inning stretch time. 1-1 ball game. the third inning on a base hit by Asdrubal Cabrera, scoring Nimmo, who had reached on an error. Jacob deGrom has been pretty typical of his performances this year. Solo home run, however, off the bat of Willie Adames on a 1-2 pitch in the fifth inning. Tied this game, and we're tied moving into the bottom of the seventh. For Adames, home run number 3 on the year. Diego Castillo on the hill for the Rays to open the bottom of the seventh with Rosario. Ahmed Rosario here, 0 for 2 so far tonight. Pitch is down. Into center field. Kiermaier is going to be right there. Went back a few steps and put it away. Now with one out and the bases empty, Jacob deGrom. deGrom comes on to hit. 0 for 2 tonight, a couple strikeouts on the evening. Strike one.
I doubt very seriously that Jacob deGrom is looking forward to this at bat. You saw right there that 97 mile an hour, it looked like a split. The kind of movement Castillo's getting here tonight.
And he takes 97 at the knees. 0-2. Foul. Got a piece of that one at 99. That pitch down and away at 99. Says, okay, I made contact. Shouldn't that count for something?
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, after a couple of strikeouts already, and then you get to that one.
And a cut and a miss. He's out on strikes. Out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. We go to the top of the order. Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo scored the Mets run. It came in the third. He reached on the error. Is a ball. Well, the Rays playing back here at Citi Field. They were here last year, as you recall, when the Mets graciously hosted the Rays as the home team when the Rays took on the Yankees here due to Hurricane Irma. 2 balls, no strikes, and so the Mets were gracious host for the Rays, who served as the home team in that series against the Yankees. Ground ball right side. Robertson right there. And a 1-2-3 seventh. Takes us headed into the 8th. Rays and the Mets tied 1-1. 24th, 2000. Esteban Yan becoming the first Devil Rays pitcher to homer in a game. Going deep against the Mets at Shea Stadium right next door. Esteban becoming the first American League pitcher to hit a home run in his first professional at bat since Don Rose did that in 1972. That one for Esteban Yan in 2000. Here's Willie Adames sending one into left, and Conforto cutting to his left, angling in, makes the catch on the line drive. One pitch, one out in the 8th. Well, with one gone and the base is empty, the number 9 spot due up, and Carlos Gomez will come on to bat. Rays have utilized 3 pinch hitters tonight in the number 9 spot. Strike one. Johnny Fields struck out. C.J. Cron walked. Oh! Carlos Gomez hit by the pitch. He'll head to first with one out.
That was one of those changeups that DeGrom has been going with, and watch this thing take off. Just gets inside of it a little bit too much, and that ball runs right into the rib cage of Gomez.
One on, one out. Top of the order, Kevin Kiermaier. Familia up in the bullpen. There goes Gomez. The pitch, a swing and a miss. Gomez in with a steal. He got in there head first. So the Rays steal their way into scoring position.
Well, the best they could do with it, Carlos Gomez, a good jump, not a great jump, but boy, he made up for it in between and got in there safely. Let's see that tag right on the backside. I think that ball actually came loose too after the tag. It was a bit of a juggle, so it wouldn't have mattered. But nice job by Gomez.
Strike the count to Kiermaier. It's inside, 1-1.
Let's see, here comes the throw and the tag. Comes up, is that ball? Stay on that bag.
Off play. Back to Rosario, and the Rays runner Gomez back in.
Boy, and all that's really designed to do is to keep Carlos Gomez close. Make it more difficult for him to score if there's a potential base hit here. Keep him as close as you can. Then get a good, big secondary lead.
A break to the bag and a step back by DeGrom. DeGrom has given the Rays a run on 4 hits. He's walked one. He's made 11 consecutive first pitch strikes. And now it's a 2-1 count on Kiermaier. Kiermaier doubled in the first, since then has struck out. Chased a fastball up in the 3rd. Struck out on a changeup his 3rd time around in the 5th. And he takes ball 3. Up and in, 3-1. Callaway, the manager, looking on. Action in the bullpen. We saw Familia up earlier, joined by Tim Peterson. And a cut and a miss. Pitch down around the knees. A change of speed to take the count all the way to 3-2.
And it was the previous couple of pitches that set that up. Fastballs that were in and off. Probably going right back to it.
And a ground ball sharply hit. Picked up by Flores to make the play unassisted. Gomez goes to third. He'll be there with 2 outs.
All you can do is hit the ball hard. That's all you can do, and that's what Kiermaier did. That got right on top of Flores.
Two gone, and Matt Duffy will face DeGrom. Duffy is grounded to short, line to right, and grounded to short his last time up. And a shot down to first. Flores to DeGrom. Duffy is out, and the Rays threaten, but leave a man at third. Bottom of the 8th coming. We're still tied 1-1. By your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. Ryan Stanek was the opener for the Rays. He worked 2. Ryan Yarborough 2. Adam Kolarek an inning plus. Diego Castillo 2. And now Jose Alvarado on to work the bottom of the 8th inning, making his 38th appearance. He'll be facing Jose Bautista to open the inning, as Drupal Cabrera is scheduled next, and then Michael Conforto. Two walks for Bautista tonight. Flied out to left his last time. And he takes a big cut at the opening fastball. Strike one. The fastball in at 97. Had only 4 walks in this game. 1 by DeGrom, 1 by Stanek, 2 by Yarbrough. And 0-2 to Bautista. Rowe up in the bullpen again. Ground ball third comes up. on Duffy and gets away from him. And Bautista is aboard. An error charge to the Rays' third baseman.
Yeah, the usual sure-handed Matt Duffy kind of got caught in between there. And that ball is exactly what you're talking about, Dwayne. Kind of a chop. And you come up there and try to pick that thing out of midair and just wasn't able to do it. Watch this thing right off the tip of the glove and then the left leg.
There's Drupal Cabrera. There's a strike. Fastball, top of the zone, 97. Cabrera has the run batted in tonight for New York. He singled home Nimmo in the third after Nimmo reached on an error. Ooh, I don't know what was wrong with that pitch.
I think that's what Wilson Ramos is asking right now. That ball, Alvarado driving downhill. A little bit of a low flinch there by Ramos's glove, but certainly well in the zone.
1-1 to count. Fly ball into right. Alex Smith is there, comes back and makes the catch. And Bautista hangs on at first. You saw Alex go back and then maybe come in a little more than he anticipated initially. Here's Conforto. Strike one. And after the fastball well in. Oh, 2. Couple of strikeouts for Conforto. He singled in the 6th inning. Upstairs now. The ball, 2 strikes. Bit wide right there. 2-2. Alvarado was in that 16-inning game. It started Tuesday night, ended Wednesday morning. It's 2/3 of an inning in that one. And a cut and a miss. He strikes out Conforto on a fastball. And good luck trying to make contact with that one at 98.
Especially because it's 98 out of the zone. Down and in. A lot of times down and in, good to a lefty. Not when it's that far down and in. That kind of movement, that kind of heat just sneaking under the glove.
Well, he faces 3 men. Flores is due up. Pitching change coming. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Sports Sun is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And by your local Honda dealer. Runner at first with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Chaz Rowe gets the call with Wilmer Flores coming up. He's 0 for 3 tonight, but has been swinging a pretty good bat for the Mets lately over the last couple weeks. Runner takes off and the pitch is a strike. And Bautista in at second, now in scoring position.
Now these teams getting desperate to get runners in scoring position because they haven't had too many.
Way wide here.
What a scoop.
Yes.
I'll tell you, that was almost by Wilson Ramos. That would have got the runner to third. Made that look too easy.
Well, the Mets 1 out of 4 tonight with men in scoring position. A 1-1 count to Flores. Check swing, a little roller right side, picked up by Bowers, who makes the play unassisted. Mets leave a man at second. We go to the 9th, tied 1-1.
How good was he? Well, he did it again. That's now 13 out of 18 starts where he's given up 1 earned or 0 earned runs. 8 strong innings, 8 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Did have a hit batter, hit Carlos Gomez. Good with the fastball, good with the little slider. Didn't see many curveballs as the game went on. He introduced the changeup, but overall he throws up another game. And guess what? Another ball game with no support, this time coming from his offense.
And Jeurys Familia will be on for the 36th time. He comes in with a record of 3 wins, 4 losses, 16 of 20 in save opportunities, but entering a tie ball game here with Jake Bowers, Wilson Ramos, and Joey Wendell due up. So the Rays go lefty, righty, lefty here with Familia. And the first pitch, Bowers takes a fastball outside. Well, another close one here on this road trip for the Rays. 1-1 in the ninth. Wide again. 2-0. A couple of fastballs to start it. 28-year-old right-hander on the hill in relief of DeGrom. Ramos on deck. And a tapper. Familia down off the mound and makes the play. It's one gone. Pitcher first.
Tell you what, you have got to be a pro's pro with what Jacob DeGrom has been put through here with this Mets ball club. You talk about feeling like you're out on an island, absolutely no help. You pitch well, they score a couple runs for you, the bullpen gives it up. You pitch well and give up one or nothing and hope for a no decision because your offense can't score that night.
Ramos takes a ball upstairs. Well, there you are, the highest bullpen ERA and pitcher starts. DeGrom 8.16 when he leaves.
Not too good. And then you count a night like tonight where they can't score for him either. That's a double whammy. But you know what? He has not let it affect him whatsoever. He just goes out and does his job. No support, no problem. I'll go out and I'll pitch well, give my team a chance to win. That's all I can do.
That's foul. 2-1. Now 2-2.
Kind of like Diego Castillo. Good velocity and a lot of movement on those fastballs from Familia.
He had 51 saves 2 years ago in 2016. Now a full count to Ramos. Missed a good part of last year from about the middle of May to late August with an arterial clot in his right shoulder. Three-two to Ramos. It's tap foul. Rays got a run in the fifth inning after the Mets had scored an unearned run in the third. That's been it tonight. And ball four. Fastball 96 but low. And Ramos is aboard. So Ramos draws the walk. And the Rays are going to get a base runner. They're going to dip into the pitching staff. Hunter Wood, who's been busy in the last couple games for the Rays, will be the runner. Wood pitched in back-to-back games in Miami, so he runs. Wendell takes a strike. Wendell is popped to short and lifted two fly balls to the left side, caught by Conforto. Peterson up again in the bullpen for New York. And the pitch is down, 1-1.
Each pitch, Ozzie Timmons going over to Hunter Wood. Talk him through this. You know, as a pitcher pinch running, especially you don't do that very much. You walk that fine line with being aggressive on the bases, but not making the critical mistake, because this Mets team will be looking to throw behind you any little mistake that you make.
Foul out of play. The count advances to a ball and 2 strikes.
This is each and every time. Ozzie Timmons going up there with some instruction, some things to look for, some reminders.
Hunter Wood, the pinch runner. And a little looping liner out of the reach of Rosario. Wood advances to second on the base hit by Wendell. And now 2 men on with 1 out in the 9th inning. He didn't hit it hard, but just high enough to get it over Rosario's head.
Well, the slider here doesn't quite get in. You see right there again, Mesoraco going back over the heart of the plate. Always a bad sign. And gets just enough. Rosario retreating, cannot get there in time. And now you've got a real situation here.
Well, men at first and second. Daniel Robertson will be the hitter for the Rays.
Yeah, and you know what? This is big instruction here by Matt Quatraro, because there's no helping you out at second base. You are on your own, and so he's telling them, listen, you got to make sure that you get a nice lead, be aware of where the infielders are going to be positioned, and look for me on anything where you're headed towards third.
Dave Island spending a little time on the hill. The pitching coach back in the dugout. And it's Familia against Robertson. Robertson 1 for 3 tonight. And he looks at a fastball, strike 1. Rays left a man at third in the 8th. They scored a run on the home run in the 5th. They left men at third in the 1st and 2nd innings as well. 1st and 2nd right now, 1 out in the 9th. And Robertson quickly down in the count on a couple fastballs. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that pitch, if Familia gets it where he wants it, and that was a perfect spot, it just ties you up. Watch the swing here by Robertson. Just cannot quite get to it.
Oh, and he hits him. Tried to go in there again. And Robertson hit by that pitch. And the bases are going to be loaded.
That's where you get into trouble. You try to take a pitch that was a perfect pitch previously and make it better, make it move more. Well, this is what you get. An unfortunate result for both of them.
Well, the bases are loaded. 1 out. Malik Smith will be the hitter.
But this forces a decision too, because the Mets, you know, Malik Smith's going to be a tough guy to double up. So you can't play back and hope for the ground ball double play. You're going to have to bring guys up because of the speed. That opens up holes.
Malik's tripled in the 2nd inning. He is 1 for 3 tonight. He's tied up inside, strike 1. Familia 97 in there. And a ground ball down to first. High throw to the plate, and they get down for the out. No play at first. A little lob by Flores.
He almost got his catcher killed in Mesoraco. It was a force play, and he's going to leap, make the catch. And I don't know if maybe he thought he didn't land on home plate, but he went down for the tag on top of it. So here's the chop. Floats the throw. Mesoraco goes up and then goes down for the tag.
Yeah, and I think that right leg that would have been off the plate, or would have been on the plate, was off the plate here. And I think he realized it and then went for the tag.
And you know what?
That's going to be an interesting call right here, because the Rays
yeah, Hunter
are going to
Woods,
have this one looked at.
yeah, Hunter Woods' leg.
Yep.
Because he did not land on the plate and went down for the tag. That leg may have slipped in there. It's obviously worth a look. This would be the most Mets thing ever.
Oh, if they give up the run here, and they've been very, very down on this club here this year. But here's a look at this, and Wood may have actually gotten to the plate.
Watch. Leg does not touch the plate. There's Woods. I mean, this would be the most Mets thing ever.
So the call is out at the plate, and the Rays challenge it.
I don't think he trusted himself to come down on the plate, you know, unsure of where he was.
Because he had to try to hang up there to get that lob, and then that took him a little bit off the plate. The question is whether Wood got there before the tag. And it's going to be out at the plate. Boy, that's close. So Wood out at the plate. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. Two gone, bases loaded. Here's Willie Adames. And he takes a strike. Adames tied the game with his 3rd home run of the year in the 5th. Now has a chance to give the Rays the lead in the 9th. He's going to have to do it with 2 outs, however. Down 0-2 now.
Loves that power sinker in on righties. Loves it. Tough pitch to get to. He comes with it again.
Well, we saw how tough it was for Robertson to handle it till he was hit by the pitch. Now it's 0-2 to Adames. One ball, 2 strikes. Adames starting the at bat, getting down, 0-2. Wendell 3rd, Robertson 2nd, Smith at 1st. One, 2, and a cut and a miss. Adames strikes out on the fastball end. Rays leave him loaded. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 1-1. All right, thank you very much, fellas. Jesus Sucre will take over behind the plate. Todd Frazier leads off against Chaz Rowe. 1-1, bottom of the ninth, and the first pitch is a ball. Rowe came on, got the last out, got Flores on that little roller up the right side to end the eighth inning. Rays threatened in the ninth, but left the bases loaded. There's ball 2 outside.
You know what? And that's a ball because of where Sucre was set up, having to reach for it. That ball's in the zone. But Knight looking down over him, watch him have to reach back for it. Oh, that must be off the plate. Not.
Now strike. 2-1. There's Rocco. The catcher is on deck. Crowd of 24,236 here tonight. Now 3-1. Ball 4. Rowe gives up a walk. Fourth walk of the night issued by Rays pitching, and this one leads off the bottom of the ninth. Well, 37 one-run games coming into this series. The Rays have gone 16-21. The Mariners have played as many, but they've won 26 of them. Rocco, the catcher. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a strikeout. Trying to bunt the ball and bunts it foul at the feet of Sucre.
Yeah, there was no wondering what Mesoraco was going to do there. Squared around very early, and then this ball gets way in. You square around that early, and you can allow the Rays to play an aggressive style of defense. If they so choose.
Upstairs this time, 1-1. Rocco, long look down at Glenn Sherlock, third base coach. How about this? Mesoraco has no sacrifice bunts in his career.
It kind of looks like it the way he's setting up so early, trying to be so sure.
Over to first, the runner is back in.
I'm going to bet here at the end of this at bat, he's still not going to have it.
The bat back, takes it a little bit wide. 2-1. He swings away and a ground ball through the left side. So he singles. They got it by Duffy through the hole on the left side.
Well, he squaring around early the first few pitches, and all of a sudden the 2-1 count, they take it off. But look where that leaves Matt Duffy. And Matt Duffy's not sure at this point, is he going to square late or not? He's stuck there. And there's just no range. Adames pulled up the middle. Didn't hit it hard, didn't have to. Now they're going to bunt.
So it's first and second with Rosario up here.
And I think, too, that the only reason that they took it off and let Mesoraco swing the bat was the count that he had to work with, the 2-1 count. He was full bunt mode up to that. All of a sudden, he stood straight up. The Rays a little confused about what he may or may not do, and he found an open.
Rosario. And the bunt, third base side. Throw to first there, and up to third goes Frazier with Mesoraco at second.
That's a great job by Rosario on that bunt. You want to bunt that ball up the third base line hard enough that the third baseman has to field it. That means if the Rays aren't running the wheel play, there's going to be nobody at third. Your only play then is to first base.
Dominic Smith will be the pinch hitter. Hit from Familia. And out comes Kyle Snyder. One out. The potential winning run is at third. Carried by Frazier. Mesoraco second, Frazier third. Smith is a .222 hitter. 12 out of 54. 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter. Leadoff walk started this one. Mesoraco pulled the bat back, took a full cut after showing bunt on a couple pitches, and he singled into left. They've both been bunted up. Smith and Rowe the matchup. And a shot back to the mound. Rowe makes sure and goes to first as he looked to Frazier at third. And on the first pitch on the comebacker, Smith retired. 2 gone. And the hitter will be Brandon Nimmo.
That wouldn't even pitch to him, and they're not going to.
He's waved to first. And the hitter will be Bautista. Bases loaded. 2 outs. It's Rowe against Bautista. Bautista 1 of 1 in his career against Rowe. 0 for 2 tonight with a couple walks. And the pitch swung on and a drive deep to left. That's a slam and will end this game.
Sneak a first pitch fastball by him, inner half. That is a gamble, risky pitch that obviously didn't work.
First regular season walk-off home run for Bautista. And the Mets win it, taking game 1 on the walk-off grand slam. Five, 6-0 for New York. 7 left, 1-5-2, 7 left for the Rays. Familia the winner, Rowe the loser. For Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats, hope you've enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. Rays Live, the post game, comes your way next.